Okay. The purpose of this recording is to show off my major project for software design and development, 2024. Essentially, what I've done is I've made a macro program that stores macros. You can edit macros, and all the above macros. So essentially, I've made this in Python and made a GUI out of custom Tinker. So we have our login screen. It's a very simple login screen. Say, for example, I get the username and password wrong. We have a error catch. So, and now if we write the actual login details here, we press login, bang, we get to the next screen. So yeah, this is the main part of the software. And so as you can see, we already have an example macro here, which leads me to one of the features of this software is that you can store macros, and you can just save them, and just like, as long as you have this file, you can take both of these files wherever you want, and you can use this program. You don't have to make macros ever again. It's just stored in this file, and you can create this file as well if you don't have it. So I have a quick enable and disable here. So we have it set to disable right now. So as you can see, well, I'll show you what a macro is first. Essentially, it's when you hit a key on the keyboard, it produces an output. Example, macro output. So that's what it's like when it's active. When I disable it, and let's type in the key again, as you can see, there's no output. However, when it's active, it prints out the output. So that's the purpose of that, and we have a quick view of our enabled and disabled macros. So that's cool. And so we move on to the editor. We just have one macro here, so we can edit this macro. We can change the name. We can change the activation key. We can change the output, and we can have the option to make it active or non-active by default. If a macro is non-active by default, it will never be active by default. Exactly. So, and if it is active by default, it won't be active by default. But what that means is when I when I execute the program, it will start as disabled, and so I have to enable it. So you can quickly change that by editing the macro here. And so yeah, so I can change this to say / save changes, and now let's try it. So that actually works, but you didn't actually see the key being pressed. That's the key being pressed. Let's enable it. Cool. Very cool. And so, yep. And we can also create a macro. Let's create a macro. And as we can see, we get a notice that says, please do not enter any personal information, such as passwords. Of course, you should not do that. Let's call this email setup. Let's set it to plus, I guess, and we'll go hello insert name body text kind regards. Cool. And let's make this active, and let's create it. Cool. And so we get taken back to the home screen, and as you can see, we have it so it's limited to 15 characters in the quick display. As you can probably imagine, if it's too large, then this display can look very messy. So let's try this. Let's try this new macro that we've created. And as you can see, it keeps the exact same formatting as we set in the macro creation. So you can, this actually has very practical use cases. As you can see, we can create an email scaffold just by clicking one key with this program. And as you can see, I'll disable it again. Let's try hitting the plus. Back to normal. Let's go to upload. We have some of our requirements here, as we do. There are some limitations to the file extension in Python. It does have some limited use cases. I'll just upload the file again, and we get a pop-up saying macros loaded successfully, and then we go to the home page, and as we can see, we've got duplicates of the exact same macro. So yeah, that's what the upload function is for. We have the quit. Obviously, you can choose to quit, yes or no. If you go no, go back to the home page. Let's say we want to quit. Closes the program. Very simple. And let's open this program back up. We have a what's it called? We have a theme option. We can go to light mode, and we can also go to dark mode, what it should always be, and we can go to system, whatever is the system default on the for the user's preference. So yeah, that's my program. Hope you've enjoyed. How long have I recorded? Oh, 7 minutes. Okay, cool. And yeah.